Greetings and welcome to Nathan Lyle Official. If you've never seen my face in a video before, my name is Nathan Lyle. This is my personal channel where I do vlogs, reviews, and anything else that happens to catch my fancy. This is Rants and Rambles. If you're new to this channel, this is a series where basically I turn on the camera and I just spend 20 minutes ranting and raving like a lunatic about whatever happens to pop into my head. Now, this is a little different. I rarely ever film outside of my apartment, but I'm headed home after a long day of work, a long week of work. It's my first day off in like 10 days, and I mean that because at the end of last month I had 3 days off in a row, but I didn't get to enjoy them because I had to do shit. I had to pay rent, get groceries, do laundry, all the stuff I wouldn't be able to do because how many days I'm gonna be working, because then, well, first I had jury duty, which, good news, I didn't have to do anything, but bad news also, hey, I have to wake up super early, like literally before the sun's even up, in order to get there, and then spend all those hours just sitting in that room and never get called. Just sitting there. So like, I didn't need to be here. But good news is I didn't do anything. I literally just listened to music, played some games, read a book, and then I went home. But then after that, I worked 8 days in a row, which this is Labor Day weekend, and we have San Japan, which is just down the road. It's just been very long and tiring. And so tomorrow I get 1 day off before having to work through the weekend again. So tomorrow I'm not doing much of anything. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up, play some video games, watch some wrestling. It's the season starts tomorrow. Cowboys Eagles, I might catch that, or maybe catch an episode of TNA. Might be flipping back and forth between those. I don't know. I got half off a Domino's order, so got myself a stuffed crust and meat lovers. So what's been on my mind? Well, so what's coming next on this channel? Like I said, tomorrow I'm not recording anything. Actually, I have to do laundry tomorrow and clean my kitchen a little bit. But so also, if y'all can't hear me, that's really gonna suck if somehow this doesn't record any volume. So we'll see. I'll listen to this when I get home. Hopefully it works, otherwise wasting my time for nothing. Anyways, so yeah. What have I been watching other than wrestling and some sports? Not much of other anime, but I'll get into that in a second. Because best case scenario, and that's not a guarantee, best case scenario, you might get a video on Sunday. And if you did, it would definitely be my review of Ninja Storm, which, spoiler alert, I loved it. So yeah, most likely the next video, and then after that, most likely another forgotten 90s, 2000s TV shows. But other than that, yeah, I don't necessarily plan it all. I got a couple things happening, a couple of things I'm going to. I've got one game night, one 90s celebration at a bar. So I'm trying to get out there, interact with people, have a social life. It is middle of summer, so it's still hot as hell. I don't know if you can see all the sweat covering my face. But yeah, I've been watching, most of what I'm watching now is anime, so some of the ones I've been checking out, there's lots of new ones, because like new seasons of Dr. Stone, which if you haven't seen it before, pretty badass. The entire world gets turned to stone, and then a bunch of people wake up, and the world has basically gone back to prehistoric times, and they're like reinventing science. It's all pretty cool. Definitely worth checking out. There's a new season of Shield Hero, which badass. There's a new season of Sakamoto Days. Awesome. If you haven't seen that, definitely worth checking out. It's about professional assassins. There's a bunch of new ones too that I'm looking at, and some old ones, because I've always been a huge fan of Anne of Green Gables. I started checking out one anime version of it, which I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. I saw the first episode and have yet to go back to it because it's just so melodramatic. I mean, it's a good story, but I mean, I've always enjoyed the story, and I've enjoyed most adaptations, but this one's just so over the top. There's another one. It's like, can't remember what the specific title, but it's like The Hero and the Assassin Princesses or something. It's about a hero who he's like destined to defeat the Demon Lord. At least like he's the most likely candidate. But for some reason, just because he is so strong, a lot of people come after him. So they send 3 assassins dressed as like they're pretending to be part of his party so they can get close to him, and when he lets his guard down, they kill him. At least they try to. They have been unsuccessful so far, and he's just oblivious to that. It's kind of funny. Leans a little towards ecchi, so if that's not what you're into, I understand. It's not everyone's cup of tea. There's Neat Konoichi, which is about a guy, like demons are attacking him, and then this ninja girl shows up to save his life, and now in order for her to keep protecting him, he's forced to like basically just let her live there rent free. He cooks for her, he cleans for her, and she just plays video games all day. It's an interesting one, to say the least. Let's see, what else am I looking at? I say my 2 favorites are both romances, and leaning definitely more towards slice of life. One of them is called There's No Way I Could Ever Be Your Lover, and it's a kind of cutesy little one. It's good. It's kind of secretly a harem because it follows a lot of harem tropes, but not necessarily in the typical harem way. Because it starts off as like a girl she wants to be more popular, but now suddenly, slowly all the most popular girls in school are falling in love with her, but she just wants friends. She's not interested in romance. And so that one's a fun one. If you're into Yuri, that's one worth checking out. If not, there's another one which I thought would be so horrible just based on the concept, but it's actually turned out pretty decent. It's called actually, I can't remember what it's called. I will look up the title of it and I'll put it in there, but basically it's like this ugly girl falls in love with like the cute popular boy. That's like the whole premise, which I thought, well, that sounds horrible and outdated, but they actually do a good job of it. First and foremost, I like that she's drawn looking like a normal human being, because I've always hated the whole thing of, this girl is so ugly, but like, it's just a supermodel who hasn't put on her makeup yet. This girl is drawn to look like a normal human being, you know? And she a little chunky? Sure. She a little chunky, she a little frumpy. I wouldn't describe her as ugly, but she's also not the stereotypical thing you picture when you think, pretty, you know? I'm about to enter a very loud part. Some There's a bridge, some cars driving overhead, so I don't know, maybe take a break from talking for like a second, because you're probably not going to be able to hear me much anyways. So normally I don't edit my rants and rambles, but I don't know if you can hear a difference in my voice. I didn't plan this ahead. It's kind of a last second thing I just thought of while I was waiting for my pizza to be ready. So yeah, my throat was drying out, and I was walking through a really loud overpass. So yeah, I decided now's a good time to take a break, get a drink, and look up the anime. The anime I was thinking of is called April Showers Being May Flowers, and it's about this girl who, like I said, she doesn't meet the traditional definition of beautiful, and she's definitely shy. She thinks very little of herself, and yet suddenly seems like the most handsome, most popular guy in school is falling in love with her, and she's falling in love with him. And it's a really cutesy anime. It's definitely more of a slow burn, leans into the comedy, there's a lot of misunderstandings, and I'm enjoying it. It's one of those that, like I said, just looking at the concept, I'm like, this is probably trash, but actually sitting through and watching it, there's some love and care that went into it, and this story has been pretty enjoyable so far. So yeah, those have been the things I've mainly watching, like I said, outside of wrestling. And I try to get back into some of the other stuff. I'm making my way through Beetleborgs and Sonic Underground as well. A few episodes into Beast Morphers. I don't know, are there any movies worth checking out? Some superhero stuff that's been coming out that I'm like, maybe I'll look at it, maybe, I don't know. I'm not that. They have yet to make a movie that makes me feel like, oh, I have to see this, just not watching a ton of movies right now. But yeah, I'm enjoying my day off. Been trying to work out a little more regularly. Still not as often as I should probably, but I'm alive. I'm doing my thing. I walk like 5 miles a day. It's like a little bit over 2 miles to get to work, a little bit over 2 miles back, and then at work I'm on my feet all day. And sometimes I lift heavy stuff. Not all the time, but sometimes. If there's heavy stuff to be lifted, I'm the one they call. So yeah, I'm on my street now. I'm about to head home. See, that's what's going on in my life. We had some rain last week, some heavy rain over the Labor Day weekend, which, hey, that was fun for me. Oh yeah, I also got some new shoes because I realized, hey, all my shoes have holes in them, so I got some new ones. So yeah, I'm gonna let you go. So stay tuned. Like I said, Sunday is the most likely day. Sunday's the most likely day, and the Ninja Storm review is the most likely video. But if not, hey, it'll happen when it happens. So, hey, whenever you happen to see me next, I hope you have a great day, week, month, year, however long it is. Thanks for listening.